guys. Welcome back. I hope you all are having a wonderful weekend. Today is Sunday, after 4th of July weekend, or at the end of 4th of July weekend, I should say. And I thought today we would do a little unboxing video of the Pokémon Eevee collection. And I hope it helps you relax. I brought a couple of tools today so we could do a little bit of tracing. I don't play Pokemon, but I love the Eevee Pokemon. And the comic book shop by our house had a little special over the holiday weekend where you could buy 3 items and get 1 for free. So we decided to pick up 4 of the Eevee figurines. For my collection in my office. So I figured we could do a little tracing and take a closer look at some of the figures and just have a little bit of relaxation today. I hope you had a great 4th of July. Did you guys do fireworks? My dog, Evie, is very, very afraid of fireworks. So unfortunately, she spent a lot of the holiday weekend sleeping from anxiety medication. But she's in better spirits today, back to her normal, crazy self. I got a new mat for our videos. I just fell in love with the color. It's so soft. So I thought it would add to our aesthetic. And help with relaxation a little bit. So let's go ahead and get into our unboxing of Eevee. So our comic book store that sold these had a couple out on display, and they gave you the option of opening them in the store to make sure that you didn't have any duplicates. So in full disclosure, I opened the top just enough to see which one it was, but I have not taken them out of the packaging yet, or really gotten to see what they look like, because I wanted to do that with you guys. So I'm excited to see what they look On the side of the boxes, it shows you all of the different variations you can get. So you've got the Sylveon, the Umbreon, which I would love to get, the Espeon, Glaceon, Flareon, the Eevee, the Jolteon, Leafeon, and Vaporeon. I personally like the Umbreon, the Sylveon, the Espeon are my favorite. Okay, let's take a look. Which one is your favorite? Alright. So first of all, they give you this little holographic card. And it looks like we have the Flareon, which is cute. I don't mind scratching on these because I don't think the cards are really like collectible, you know, like real Pokemon cards. On the back here is a bunch of stuff in Chinese, which I obviously do not speak, but if anybody knows what it says, please let us know in the comment section. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're open to subscribing to a new channel, I would love if you would subscribe. My hope is to continue to put out content for relaxation on a regular basis. Wow, these are much more elaborate than I had thought they would be. Wow, it's actually really heavy. Okay, set this to the side. So this is the Flareon. It's actually like a resin, like a thick resin. So it's got some weight to it, like it's pretty heavy. It's a thick resin, if you can hear kind of from the tapping. The Flareon is on a rock with the flames. It's got the little Pokeball. There's a lot of detail in the tail, which is really neat. I love how the flames are I've seen so far is the Eevee, but maybe with the big anniversary of the next collection, they'll come out with some more. Alright. So far we have the Flareon. Let's set this over here with its card. Hopefully it'll stay up. I might have to put it on the card to get it to stay up on my fluffy little rug here. So far we have the fire Pokemon. Let's see what else we got. Let's open another one. It says for sale only in China on the package, but they sell them here locally, so that's kind of neat. Let's open our second one here. I see some green. I'm not very good at opening packages, so it's a little torn. They don't make them easy. I think they don't want you to know what you're getting, you know. Okay. Looks like we have the Leafeon hiding in here. This one doesn't feel as heavy as the Flareon, but I would imagine that the Leafeon grass obviously would be kind of a lighter. Oh, there's no card in this one, actually. I wonder why. Let me check the box. Oh, it's hiding. Just kidding. So we have the Leafeon Pokemon. Let's turn it over. It says he's 25.5 kilograms. If anybody can read that, let us know. Alright. As for the actual figurine, the face on this one is kind of funny. It looks a little shocked, like he didn't know his picture was going to be taken. On the bottom, there's a sticker. has lid sounds. I like the sound of the bass. For sale in mainland China only. Written in English. Which is kind of ironic, I guess. So this is really cute, and he's kind of standing on a tree stump. This one is a little bit more rubbery than the last Pokemon, so some of the things like kind of move. It's not like that thicker, acrylic that the other one was. But the little face is really funny. Looks so surprised. I wasn't expecting you there, There's a little bit of texture on the grass. Little flowers. His body is very lean. The little Pokeball in the front. Definitely not my favorite, but still cute. I never noticed the little green leaf coming out of the front of the chest. I always thought it would be a really fun job to work for the Pokemon company. Imagine being the person who gets to decide a new Pokemon and what their name will be, because they've got some clever ones, and then some I'm like, that's an interesting choice for a name. So now we have one of the grass added to the collection. Alright, let's open another one and see what we've got. Let's do this one actually. Oh, I see this one is the original Eevee, the normal Pokemon. Oh, it's kind of stuck in there. I don't want to wake up the whole world, so let's see if I can get this out quietly. Why are you so stuck? Alright, let me try to take it out off camera for you guys. Okay, that was really stuck in there. Don't ask me why, I have no clue. But we got it. Here's the card. I just think it's so cute. The Eevee. getting it out of the plastic than I did out of the box. I like that they only use one piece of tape. That's very helpful. I'm really excited to have the normal Eevee in the collection. This is the one that we named our dog after. We have a red Australian Shepherd. A red Australian Shepherd. So she has the white chest and the red fur, and she looked a lot like the Eevee Pokémon. I think this says Funism. This one is a combination of some of that resin and then that kind of flexible, more like rubbery type. But it does have some weight to it. These are pretty substantial little figurines. The face on this one is super cute. And the little paw sticking out. I love that. It's got the water. I love the little pink flowers. Very cute. Now you've got the water drops. Alright. Let's put this guy down over here. And then we have one more. So this time we got the normal Pokemon. The first time I ever had ASMR, I remember it. I was in the 4th or 5th grade. I remember it happening, but I can't remember what grade that was. It was at my elementary school, so it would have been my 5th grade teacher, actually. And we used to do this thing on the board every morning. It was called DOL. DOL, short for Daily Oral Language. And every day we would come into the class, and our teacher would have written a few sentences on the board, and there would be something wrong with the sentence. Either the punctuation was bad, or the words were spelled incorrectly, or the tense was wrong on what words you should be using in the sentence. And then we would go up and we would make the corrections. So for instance, if the letter that started the sentence was a lowercase for the word do or something like that, we would go up and we would put the 3 lines underneath D to show that we wanted it to be a capital D. And after we would make all the corrections on the sentence, our teacher would erase the board with her eraser. And she would start at the top of the board and erase in these long strokes across the board, erasing all of the words that we had written. And I would go into a trance. I would get tingles, and it would make me really sleepy. So while all the other kids hated doing the oral lesson on the board, or the written lesson, I always really enjoyed it because I knew that I was going to get some tingles at the end of it. Alright, let's open our last one. This piece of bag stuck to the package there. This is our last one. I think these, here locally, they were about, I think, $29.99 each. So I'd like to get all of them. I'd really love to get the Sylveon, the Umbreon, and the Espeon to finish out the collection, but I may have to keep collecting and finding more. Hopefully I don't have to go to China to get the rest. Our store was selling out of them. It seemed like when we were there, they used to have 2 displays worth. But when we were there yesterday, they only had 1 display left and probably only 6 total. So you can kind of see what's in here. It looks like we have the electric Pokemon, the Jolteon, and I think I missed the card again. They hide in here on the sides. So here's our Jolteon friend. Oh, if you go all the way to the left, there's like the little sleeping one. That's so cute. And then all the craziness. I know the sleeping ones are very popular. There's the back side. $24.5 kilograms. This more of the resin. More like the fire Pokemon. On the Flareon. Wow, this one looks really neat. It's got a lot of detail. This is kind of a rubbery resin. A little thinner. Looks like little lightning bolts. Little jolts. He's on a rock. It's good texture. Lots of texture on this one. Between the rock or the boulder and the jolts of energy. This one looks a little bit more serious on the face. Looks like he has business to attend to. Let me know if you guys like this type of video. I'd love an excuse to buy more fun figurines to open with you guys. Oh, I just noticed the little darker crystals down at the bottom. They look like little citrine. If you're still awake, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue our series. I hope this helped you relax. And if you fell asleep, I wish you sweet dreams. And I'll see you next time. So our last one that we got was the electric Pokemon. So we have a few more to find and collect. Which one was your favorite? I think out of these four, I think the Flareon was probably the most fun to look at. see you all back next time. And if you're new and this was your first time watching, welcome. It's so nice